So all our troubles are clearly behind us now as we enjoyed a comfortable victory away at the Premier League's bottom club. This is the Sheffield United versus Arsenal match review. Hello, I'm Richard. Welcome back to my channel over and over and over again, the Positive Arsenal channel. In this video, I'm going to look back at yesterday's 3-0 victory here at Bramall Lane against Sheffield United. I'm going to look at the team lineups, I'm going to analyse the performance, and I'm going to select a man of the match. Just before I get into all that, I'd just like to make sure that you have subscribed to my channel. If you haven't done so already, please click on the subscribe button down in the corner there. It is free of charge. It just helps the channel to reach a larger audience. I always try to keep the content reasonably positive on this channel. I do a lot of match reviews, match previews. I have a lot of live shows, live podcasts, all kinds of stuff. So please subscribe to stay up to date with everything that's going on the channel. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like as well. Please share the content around. If you've got any comments at all to make about the performance yesterday, anything else to do with Arsenal, please drop me in the comments box below, as I do love to hear from you guys, and I will try to reply to as many as I can. So, of course, you can never really tell with Mikel Arteta what team he's going to select for any game, and this one was certainly no different. Personally, I was expecting a lot more changes than there were. There were actually 5 from Thursday night's draw with Slavia Prague. So this is how we lined up. In goal was Bernd Leno. Now, I was a bit surprised about that. If ever there was a game to give Matt Ryan a run out, surely it was this one. Coming between the 2 European games, Matt Ryan's only played that one game for us, and that was, of course, at Aston Villa when Bernd Leno was suspended. Otherwise, Bernd Leno's played every single game, and surely he needed a rest, and this would have been the ideal game. So really surprised to see Bernd Leno start this game in goal. The back four then, we started with Callum Chambers at right back again. He was fit. There was a little bit of a doubt maybe whether he would be fit. In centre backs, it was Rob Holding and Pablo Mari came in for Gabriel, obviously needing a rest, and that was a good decision from Arteta. Left back was a bit of a surprise. Granit Xhaka actually dropped in there. Now, of course, if you remember, he did play a couple of games under Unai Emery at left back, didn't he? When we had an injury issue there, going back nearly a couple of years ago, and he did okay. So, but that was a little bit of a shock. I think we're all surprised to see Granit Xhaka at left back. So the 3 in midfield, it was Thomas Partey and Dani Ceballos. And then the number 10 was actually Bukayo Saka, a new position for him as well. And actually he did pretty well there, as we'll come on to a little bit later. And then the front 3, it was Alexander Lacazette through the middle. It was Nicolas Pepe on the right. And finally, Gabriel Martinelli did get a start on the left-hand side, of course, with Aubameyang out with a mystery illness. Very mystery illness if it's flu, because nobody's had flu this year. So that would be a massive surprise, wouldn't it? But anyway, Aubameyang was missing from the squad completely. So that was how we lined up for this game. In terms of Sheffield United, and there was no major surprises with them playing their 3-5-2 system as usual. In goal was Ramsdale. Their back 3 was Egan, Ampadu and Stevens. The 5 across midfield was Baldock, Lundstrom, Norwood, Fleck and Osborne. And the 2 up front, it was McGoldrick and actually Burke. It was up front instead of McBurney. So they were your lineups for this game. So in the end, of course, it was a very comfortable victory, wasn't it? A clean sheet as well, our first clean sheet in 15 matches, which was no real surprise, was it, against the team that have scored the least amount of goals in the Premier League this season, just 17. They really threatened a goal in this game, and Arsenal were pretty much in control from start to finish. The first 20 minutes or so was a bit of a nothing game. Neither team really got a grip, but once we got going midway through that first half, it was just one-way traffic towards the Sheffield United goal. We actually played some nice football at times as well. Dani Ceballos looked great in midfield, and of course it was good to see Martinelli on that left-hand side. He had a couple of early chances to score as well and put a couple of good balls into the box. But it did take us until just after the half an hour mark to get the breakthrough. It was a lovely goal as well. Superb football it was from Arsenal on the edge of the penalty area. Thomas Partey played it into Lacazette. He laid it off to Bukayo Saka. I think it looked like it was meant to be a 1-2 back to Lacazette, but Dani Ceballos done a nice little back heel, put Lacazette in, a great first touch and a lovely finish into the far corner of the net, opening his body up, kind of a sort of finish I think he was trying to do on Thursday night, but this one he got dead right, and it was a great finish into the bottom corner of the net. It gave us a fully deserved lead at half time. Of course, being Arsenal fans, we know how fragile a 1-0 lead can be. But as I said, this is Sheffield United, bottom of the league. They did come out in the second half and put us under a little bit more pressure for 5 minutes or so. They didn't really create anything though. And again, we settled into the game and started to become dominant again. We didn't create an awful lot of chances. It was just a nice, comfortable game. In fact, it had a friendly feel about it for much of the game, really. There wasn't a lot of heavy tackles flying in. There was only 2 yellow cards actually in the whole game. And it was a pretty low-key affair, if we're totally honest. But we did get 2 more goals in the second half to seal the victory. In fact, both of them were at the opposite end of in the picture behind me, the goal where the away fans would have been had we been allowed in the stadium. The first one came just after the 70th minute mark. It was a mistake actually from Lundstrom. His stray pass was picked up by Pepe. Hadn't had a great game until then, but he suddenly came to life, burst into the box, and his shot was pushed out by Ramsdale. And there was Martinelli to tap into the empty net. His first Premier League goal of the season, his first goal for the club since January 2020. So a great moment for him, fully deserved as well. And it was great to see him back in action. Of course, at the end, we made a few substitutions, made a couple of changes, and 5 minutes to go, we did get a third goal, which was fully deserved actually, and a good goal it was as well. Thomas Partey did a great turn in the middle of the pitch, a lovely ball through to split the Sheffield United defence. Lacazette got onto it and was able to hit a first-time shot across the goalkeeper into the corner, gave the keeper the eyes, sent him the wrong way. Another good finish from Lacazette. Makes him our top goal scorer for the season now, and a good performance all round. Yes, we don't need to get carried away, do we? It was Sheffield United who didn't offer any kind of problems to us at all. We're going to have a far more difficult task, aren't we, on Thursday away in Prague. But once again, it's a good performance away from home. We seem to be playing our best football away from home, and dare we say it, we seem to be playing our best football without Aubameyang in the team as well. Another good performance from Arsenal without the captain, and it does kind of go to show, doesn't it, how things have changed quickly. I mean, this time last year, we couldn't have imagined an Arsenal team without Aubameyang in it. The great goals he scored on the way to winning the FA Cup, but suddenly now it's almost as though we don't want him in the team. We don't need him in the team anymore, do we? And it's a problem that Mikel Arteta really does have to sort out between now and the end of the season. But that's for another day. This is all about a comfortable victory and a decent run out, and hopefully restore a bit of confidence. We haven't won for 4 games. We haven't kept a clean sheet since the end of January. So this game hopefully will give us a little bit more confidence going into the big game on Thursday. Yes, let's not get carried away. The opposition yesterday were very, very poor, but you can only beat what's in front of you. We did the job we needed to do. A good away victory and a clean sheet, and we're back into the top half of the Premier League. It makes a change, doesn't it, to have so many players that perhaps deserve to have a man of the match. The last few games, it's been difficult, hasn't it, to pick one, and we've had to go for some of the substitutes that's come on and made an impact. But this was a better performance, and there are a few options. Leno in goal didn't have a lot to do, did he? But he looked a little bit shaky at times. One punch he did when he could have caught the ball, and he still looked to be lacking in confidence, which is why I personally wouldn't have played him in this game and gave Matt Ryan a run. But anyway, he did okay. I say he wasn't really tested. Again, defensively, we wasn't really tested at all, was we? Callum Chambers got forward well down the right-hand side, didn't he? Put in a few good deliveries, looking to add to the assists that he got at West Ham in our last away game. He played okay, didn't he? The centre-back pairing of Holding and Mari, I don't think it's really worked before, but they did well yesterday. Again, they wasn't put under too much pressure, so it's difficult to judge exactly how well they played, but they did what they had to do, and a clean sheet, you can't argue with that. And of course, Xhaka at left back, I thought was brilliant. Yes, again, he didn't have a fast winger running at him to cause him too many problems defensively, but I thought he read the game well. I thought he defended well when he had to, and his distribution of the ball was good. He had a really good game. He was certainly in the running for man of the match in this game. I thought the two in midfield, Thomas Partey looked better, didn't he, yesterday? He still gave the ball away a few times, but it was a great assist for the third goal, and he did look better. But again, he wasn't put under much pressure in midfield. You give a player like Thomas Partey a little bit of time and space, he's going to kill the opposition, isn't he? And that's what he did. So a good performance from him. We need to see this more against better opposition as well, though. And of course, Bukayo Saka in the number 10 position, a new role for him in the team. I thought he had a really good game, actually. It was unfortunate that he did pick up a thigh injury in the second half and had to limp off. Let's just hope and pray that he's going to be fit for Thursday. And then I thought that the front three all did well. Pepe was a bit in and out of the game. His first touch sometimes let him down, but he did create that second goal with a good run, and he did cause Sheffield United defence a few problems at times in the game. Lacazette obviously got his 2 goals as well. Brilliant 2 goals they were, and I thought it was a good all-round centre-forward performance from him as well. Hopefully it'll give him a bit of confidence again going into Thursday following that terrible miss in the Europa League game the other night. And of course Martinelli as well. Great to have him back in the side, as I said. Got his goal as well. Yes, it was a nice easy tap happen, but he deserved that for his work rate, and hopefully now he can get a good run in the team. But for me, the man of the match is going to be maybe a little bit of a controversial choice, but I'm going to give it to Dani Ceballos. I thought he had his best game for a long time, actually. He ran that midfield. He was brilliant, some nice little flicks, clever player, and it all came together for him, didn't it, yesterday? So he's the sort of performance that we've been wanting from him for a long time. He had his opportunity in the side yesterday. He come in and did a really good job. So I thought he deserved it for an all-round good performance. I say a lovely assist for the first goal as well. And I thought all round he had a good game. So for me, the man of the match yesterday is going to go to Dani Ceballos. So a comfortable victory in the end, wasn't it? I mean, let's not read too much into it. As I say, the opposition were very poor. We're going to have to be a lot better when we play away in Prague on Thursday if we're going to progress through. They're going to give us a lot bigger test than Sheffield United did. But ultimately, it's 3 points, it's 3 goals, and it's a clean sheet away from home. We've got to be happy with that. And I say it's another good away performance as well, which we've put in several, haven't we? Certainly since the turn of the year. There was Southampton, a good performance there. Leicester, of course, as well. A great 3-1 victory at Olympiacos in the Europa League as well in the last round, and now another 3 goals here. So away from home, certainly I'm a lot more confident with our performances. We can't quite manage to carry that into the performances at the Emirates, but maybe it's better for us on Thursday that we are away from home. Yes, we need to score, we know that, and maybe that's going to help us, but we'll preview that game a little bit later in the week. But for now, it was just good to get a nice comfortable Arsenal victory, a good performance, and we can move on now with a little bit more confidence into what's going to be the biggest game of the season so far. So that's my review there of yesterday's comfortable victory here at Bramall Lane against Sheffield United. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please give the video a like. Stay tuned to the channel because I've got a lot of stuff coming on. I'm going to put a live show out tomorrow night looking back on this game, looking ahead to the Slavia Prague game, a few other issues that's been going on in the world of Arsenal and the world of football as well. I'll get some special guests on for that, so stay tuned for that. Then Wednesday I'll be putting out my preview video of the Slavia Prague game, and on Thursday I'll be doing a live watch along as well, going live at about 7:45 for the 8 o'clock kickoff. Really tense night that's going to be, isn't it? So join me for that, and I'll probably do a fan cam show maybe on Friday before looking ahead to the Fulham game next weekend as well. So loads coming up on the channel, so if you haven't done so already, please get the subscribe button down in the corner there. It is free of charge. It does help the channel to reach a larger audience. So please give it a like if you've enjoyed the video, share the content around, and so please stay tuned for loads more stuff coming up this week. So thanks for watching this video. Thanks for your support for the channel. Really appreciate all the comments and everything else that I've been getting. I hope you're all enjoying the content that I'm doing. If there's anything you'd particularly like me to cover on the channel, please drop them in the comments below, and I'll see if I can put a video together on that as well. Obviously loads of stuff with Arsenal to talk about, isn't there? So I'm sure there's loads of stuff you'd like me to discuss as well. So drop that in the comments box as well. And I say stay tuned, loads coming up. Thanks for watching, thanks for your support. And of course, in the meantime, as we head towards the biggest game of the season, the biggest game for the club actually for quite a number of years, isn't it, on Thursday. Come on, you Gunners, we can do it, come on.